Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, once again with Sirius, because I was working on this episode with Serenia, and doing everything, I just looked over what I had produced, and I couldn't watch it myself, and so you probably couldn't either. So let's try this again. Hosan. This is where we last stopped. We were supposed to talk to Hosan. Greetings. Alphino informed me that the Scion would be arriving to help with the preparations. I am honored to meet you, though shamed as well. A great warrior should not be tasked with such trivialities. I knew from a glance what manner of man you were. I too have some skill at arms, as do many of our people. Little good it does us when our enemies are the elements and starvation. An act so simple as carrying a heavy crate is beyond the capabilities of our healthiest men, believe it or not. Pray forgive this trifle, but would you bring me the aforementioned crate on the docks? There's no one else to whom I can turn. Yes. We are now carrying crates for half-starved refugees. Ugh, I can smell that stench on the wind even here. Large wooden crate. Okay. Is that the crate I spy in your hands? Pray give it to me quickly. The contents are dear. Here's your crate. I thought my strength somewhat restored, but that clearly is not the case. By the gods, the armor! How could this have happened? It was bestowed upon my father for feats of valor, every scale forged by a master smith, guaranteed to withstand the test of time. Or so we thought. The armor must have shifted within its confines during the long sea voyage. Many scales have come loose, and there are holes in the bottom of the crate, though through which the 4 missing scales I count must have fallen. It can be repaired in time, but only if we recover those scales. Please, sir, retrace your steps and collect any scales you come across. Yeah. There's a black scale. He was not joking when he said this is trivialities. I know not how I can face my father should these scales be lost forever. Bless you, sir. I'm in your debt. All that remains of Doman now are our mementos and memories. I can only hope that when such keepsakes are lost to us, those memories will be enough. While you were seeing to that crate, the other members of my group finished preparing their belongings for the shipment. Once all the carriages arrive, we can begin loading. Oh, but you needn't concern yourself with that. We can manage with the coachman's help. Rather, I would like you to help round up the children that have been given into my care. My son Yozan can tell you more. Yeah. Oh, hello there. I'm Yozan, son of Hosan. Will you be coming with us to Uldar? I hear we're traveling by horse-drawn carriage. But don't you think they're queer? Giant birds that people ride like horses? I still want to try riding one, but... What's that? You're looking for the others? Don't worry, I already told them to get ready for the carriages. I'll need your help, though. We just finished a game of hide and seek. 3 players are still in hiding, and since the Ryugiri told us to take it really serious, they won't come out until we're found, but Vesper Bay isn't that big, so I bet you can find them in no time. I know last time I spent a lot of time doing this. Probably 5-6 minutes, but at least this time I know. Hey, you're not Yozan. Who are you? I'm Koharu. Serious, huh? I didn't know anyone else was... Wait a minute. You're one of those, stallions, aren't you? No, science. Then you must know Lady Yukiri, right? Isn't she great? She's really good at hide and seek too. Oh, right, it's almost time to go. Nice meeting you, Sirius. The second one is up there. How did you find me? Guess I need more practice. Or maybe you're just good at this? I mean, the Guardians didn't find me. And the third is in the Waking Suns. Are you playing? Oh, no fair. Your son didn't say anything about adults. We get to ride a horseboat carriage? I don't know. It sounds scary, but if your son says it's safe, I'll go. Found them. Everything's so different. The buildings, the people, even the smells are different. Welcome to a different continent. Wonderful. All the children are counted. Hide and seek? Ah, I see that you're curious. It's quite simple, really. Lady Yugiri thought it best if the children know what to do in case the Guardians found us. I should hope that those days are behind us, but I nevertheless take comfort in knowing that we are prepared. Makes sense. Hide and seek is about hiding from a predator, but it is literally training disguised as game. In life and death situations. All the carriages have arrived, but my father... stubborn to the last. He's refusing to leave. 'Tis the smell of the chocobos. Many of us find it difficult to bear, but he cannot abide it. To be honest, I find it odd that I've yet to meet an Eorzean who shares our sentiment, other than the waitress at the pissed paste. Maybe she has a means to address the smell? Might you go and see what she knows? The Domans are sickened by how chocobos smell. I know just how they feel. Carriage rides make them more queasy than boat rides because of it alone. Why not try using this perfume to mask the smell? I can promise it will help, though. I swore off carriages ages ago. Too much vomiting. I'm skeptical. Really skeptical. Been too long. Too goddamn long since I've traveled across Eorzea. Can't wait to take to the road again. Peach blossom perfume. Oh, what in the sevens are you doing to me, birds? Dousing me with God knows what alchemical concoctions? That ain't right. They're skittish creatures at heart. Get them riled up and they're liable to go every which way but the one you want. Explain yourself. Well, what's done is done. Reckon you'd best make sure it did the trick before you call the old man over, though. Get in there and take a good long whiff. Don't be shy now. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Like some wildflower water cover up a chocobo's mask. Bless your heart, son. You're going about this the wrong way. Rather than pouring perfume on everything that offends your olfactory senses, just do it like the gobbies do. The goblins. What? You don't ken my meaning? Or you ain't never traded tongue flaps with a gobby trader? I'm talking about their masks, son. Gobbies don't care much for the air around these parts, hence they wear them contractions. They pack them with herbs and whatnot. Here, take this scarf, splash a few drops of that perfume on it, and tell the old man to tie it around his face just like so. 'Cause you'd better hope he doesn't hate the perfume too. Twice I might, I cannot fathom my father. Twice I might, I cannot convince my father to board the carriage. Have you any ideas how we might deal with the chocobo smell? Perfumed scarf. Of course, why didn't I think of that? Such a simple, elegant solution. We should take this to my father at once. And the father wears the bandit costume. If I close my eyes, I can remember what it was like before. Just like that. It was happy coincidence that Foglind's perfume was made from peach blossoms. At first my father scoffed, but one sniff was enough to put his mind at ease. Oh, if only you could have seen our orchards, so vast and vibrant. Foreign merchants clamored for our fruit, so great was our reputation. It's past time we move on. The carriage is awaiting. The first caravan is due to depart shortly, followed by the rest at regular intervals. My family and I will be traveling in the lead carriage, along with young Koharu, whom I believe you've already met. Though I understand the road to Ul'dah is regularly patrolled by your brass plates, it would give us great comfort if you would agree to accompany us on your journey, on our journey. Once again, I thank you for your kindness. When you're ready to leave, please inform our coachman. Eager to be off, are you? Aye, well, I was meaning to have a word with you about that. Runner from the Blade says we might have a problem. A fierce-looking beastie's been sighted south of a bridge to Himalaya. Might be as someone's eyes are playing tricks on him, of course, but it don't pay to gamble in this business. Now, I know you can handle yourself in a fight, but this lot here's another story, so I think you might go on ahead and have a quick look around. Make sure the area is safe-like, and if you come across anything dangerous, you know what to do. When you're satisfied the way is clear, meet us outside Horizon. The Blades tell me the road there's safe, so I reckon we can make it that far on our own. Assuming the self-same bastard don't try to rob us, that is. And I'm wondering if this coachman is the same one we had out last episode. Grandfather's so lucky these horseboats smell terrible. Oh, it's just so fluffy. Okay, found the spot. Feel an eye upon you. A wandering eye. How did one of these guys get here? I mean, this is a void scent, a demon. They don't just run across the street. So there was a beastie. Was being the operative word, huh? Well fought, sir. Well fought. If only I were in better health. I would have been proud to stand at your side. Pray my son no mind. He forgets that his responsibilities preclude acts of daring do. Be that as it may, I cannot help but envy you. Had you been able to call upon heroes of your strength and skill in Doman, things would have been very different. But we cannot change the past. Those who fought and fell are forever lost to us. Lost but not forgotten. Lady Yugiri's kinsmen least of all. They fought fiercest, though they knew full well it was in vain. She had every right to walk away, yet she chose to stay. Food, shelter, the promise of a better life. All this and more we owe to her. How does one even begin to repay such a debt? In kind, Father, to she who has given everything, we shall give our all. Whatever work there is to be done, we shall do without question. Ditch digging, bricklaying, it matters not. Revenant's toll will grow and prosper by our hands. And ran over Grandpa. Hey, Mr. Sirius, Koharu and I want to know why you became an adventurer. Yeah, they would never understand, so... to gain power. I knew it. That's what I told Koharu, but she didn't believe me. It's my turn now. Excuse me, Mr. Sirius, I got a question. What's Revenant's toll like? Is it pretty? It's a stone's throw from an Imperial custom? Maybe not the best. It's a bustling outpost frequented by countless adventurers. You mean there are lots of people there who are just as strong as you? Oh, I can't wait. Enough, Koharu. It's my turn again. Mr. Sirius, when I'm older, I want to be strong like you. What do I have to do? Not that. These two, I would think telling children would be reckless. So train every day. You need a good foundation to work upon before you can actually fight. Aha, so my father was right. How do you do it then? Come on, tell me, and don't leave anything out. Alright. That's enough questions for Mr. Sirius. It's not fair. Why does Yosan get to ask 2 questions? I want to know about adventuring just as much as he does. Just one more, please. Do you think I could be an adventurer like you one day? Of course. Really? Then I will. Thanks for the advice, Mr. Sirius. I won't forget it. I'm going to be an adventurer too. When we get to Revenant's Soul, let's make an adventurer's guild for Domans. We'll protect our friends and punish the wicked, just like Mr. Sirius and Lady Yugiri. Yeah, just like Mr. Sirius and Lady Yugiri. We can talk more about it in the carriage on the way. Will you be joining us? Of course. It would be good to sleep in a proper bed for a change, even if it's only for a night. I bet they could keep out an entire legion with those walls. How many steps are there? 100? I'm going to count. Not quite. This place actually had the name. The 80 Sins of Sassamon. See? And that's why there should be 80 steps. Well, when last I counted, there weren't 80. But just 78 or something like that. And yes, I did count them. I don't know. The first carriage is here. Sirius, I take it the first group has arrived? Excellent. Is there what else? No, I've matters well in hand here. You and Lady Ugiri should travel to Revenant's toll forthwith. It is past time Lady Ugiri met with the guild representatives in Revenant's toll. Since I do not foresee any future matters arising here in Fanalan which might require your personal attention, I would instead have you serve as an escort to the Doman delegation for the duration of the journey. Speak first with Slavborn upon your arrival. He's the one with whom the Domans will be working most closely, I should think. Afterwards, introduce Lady Ugiri to Minfilia and the guild emissary. If both meetings go well, the resulting ties should stand the Domans in good state for that which is to come. Safe travel, Sirius. Then let's go to Madonna. Okay, hopefully this time without distraction. And this must be the esteemed Lady Ugiri and her associates. I greet you all as friends and bid you welcome to the toll. I hope you do not find our dearth of fineries off-putting. Poor though we may seem, we have a wealth of spirit and camaraderie to spare. You see, race and creed don't enter into it here. We welcome all sorts, provided they are willing to earn their keep, of course. We are no strangers to hard work, Master Slavborn. You may rest assured that we will carry out your orders with due diligence. Oh, not for a moment did I doubt your commitment, my lady. Pray understand I give the same speech to all new arrivals, and you needn't bow your head and call me Master either. We are both frontier hands as far as I'm concerned. As you wish, Slavborn. May this meeting mark the beginning of a long and fruitful relationship. Our guests have yet to meet the antecedent. Seven Health Sirius, why are you wasting time with me? See them to the rising stones. Alright. That is what we do next. Hi, Nero. I, of course, forgot a step. Talking to Ugiri again. To whom much is given, much is expected. Forgive me, I require a moment to compose my thoughts before meeting your leader. We shall join you at the Rising Stones anon. Now I can go to Minfilia. I just talked with with these people here. Coltonor and Tataru are curious about the Doman culture. Hori, Boulder, and Flamin want to help, and Ida and Papalimo are a bit worried about how they got here, and well, Ida worried about the quality of their ship, and Papalimo was worrying about the future, about them adapting to a different culture. It's no use. What? Our attempts to reach a student of Baldestian continue to meet with failure. Orianji has explored other avenues of inquiry, but they too have yielded naught. We will persevere, of course, yet within our hearts the truth is clear. We are but awaiting confirmation of that which we already knew. How fare the Domans? I'm given to understand you are kept quite busy in Vesper Bay. Mayhap you question the wisdom of aiding refugees when the primal threat remains unresolved? No, I don't. There is a greater picture to all this, and refugees, when desperate, are just as capable of summoning primals as beast tribes. I should not blame you if you did. Note I deny that this matter falls outside our normal purview. Be that as it may, I could not ignore the plight of these refugees, not when it is within our power to help them. Lady Yugiri is here. Please show her in. I should very much like to meet her. Discussion finished. We have no objections. Pray do so with our blessing. Your answer pleases me beyond words, milady. But are you quite certain? We have no way of knowing how many might answer my summons. In the event that Revenant's toll could not accommodate us all, we would need to find an alternative solution. Should that come to pass, we will find it together. As ever, it has been a pleasure, Antecedent. Alas, we must take our leave, as our first carriages are due to arrive at any moment. Should you require aught else, pray speak with Slavborn. Lady Riri, serious? And, I'm amazed that none here knew of the War of Succession until we arrived. Have you truly heard naught of what transpired? I pray the Doman's journey has been uneventful. They've endured too much hardship, and for far too long. Forgive me, there's another matter I wish to discuss. My mother was to see to it that the Domans received a welcome supper. Now that the first group is nearly here, would you go and see if she is in need of assistance? Her soft features belie a strong will and quick wit. Aye, this Doman maiden would be... serious. I think we may have to have a chat about your habit on sneaking up on people. Hello again, Sirius. To what do I owe the pleasure? Ah, ever a warrior, my Asilia. The Seventh Heaven should have the meals ready by now, though I believe they may have yet to be delivered. Would you mind speaking with Alice, to be sure? Oh, and take this wine with you. The adults will appreciate it. Huh. When only the adults appreciate it, I guess we have clean water here? Actually, in the Middle Ages, people usually drank beer, ale, wine when they could, because you had no means to clean water properly, so water was potentially life-threateningly dangerous. Far more so than alcohol. At least for lighter alcohol. What'll it be? Wine or something stronger? How very kind of you to volunteer to help. Here, take these meals to the emissary's assistant outside the northern gates. She'll handle distribution. Right, picking up the food. You're a woman, right? Oh, okay. She has a deep voice then. As you can see, the Domans have recently arrived. I was assured we would have food and drink by now, but we've yet to receive aught from the Seventh Heaven. Here's wine, and here is food. Ah, excellent. Many thanks, Sirius. While they had rations to sate their hunger during the journey, there's no substitute for a freshly cooked meal. I must say, I was not expecting you of all people to deliver these. Far be it from me to question your organization's delegation of duties, but surely there are other tasks better suited to your talents? Yeah. Too few people for too many jobs. It happens. Though, on further consideration, I should probably consider this a blessing. We have a situation which would benefit from your personal attention. What is it? Mayhap you've already heard, but the lake cobras that inhabit the area along the road to St. Connacht's Find have multiplied to plague-like proportions of late. This wasn't a concern for us in the past, as only proven adventurers tend to gather in Revenant's toll. However, with the recent arrival of the Doman refugees, among which are the elderly and the young both, suffice it to say, it would not do for our newly arrived guests to fall prey to the local fauna. For their sake, would you be so kind as to rid us of these rampant cobras? The creatures have made their nests amongst the broken pieces of the Imperial airship. You can use these slices of rancid Eft meat, I just happen to be carrying around, to lure them out. I remember from my other recording that one was here. The water! Swing. Look away. Eye attacks usually you can look away from. Also something I learned far too late. Up, auto attack. Okay. I'll probably cut out the rest of these. So the culling is done. Thank you. You've done us all a great service. While you were afield tending to that business, I saw that the Domans were fed. They are weary from their long journey, and the memory of their lost homeland is heavy in their hearts. Yet I dare say I sensed a glimmer of hope in their bearing. In time, they may yet regain a semblance of inner peace. Oh, I ought to mention that something seemed to be afoot over at the Rising Stones. Lest to be absent for a matter of import, it may be well to report back. Okay, but we do that next time, because the following cutscene actually triggers the next part of the story, which I would like to do next time. Until then, I'm Mace, and don't get lost.